Alright, this is my parameters and settings on my Dx6i for my Align Trex 550E Pro DFC. That one right there, 550. So I'm going to run through, show you my setup on how I fly it through my settings. Dual rates and expo, I'm going to go through everything. So aileron and elevator, well, let's start with aileron. 72% throw with 10% expo, positive expo. Elevator 79% throw with 10% positive expo. Rudder 100% with no exponential. And then I use my rudder switch. I go 76% throw, 10%. The expo don't change. 84%. Okay. Travel adjust. Of course, it's all 100 out besides my throttle. That's because I calibrated it to my Castle Talon 90 ESC. Sub trims all zeroed out, of course. My gyro. I'm always in heading hold, no matter what, whether I'm in idle up 1 or 2 or in just normal mode, which I don't ever fly in normal mode. I'm always in idle up, and I'll explain that. I have 2 idle ups, and I'll explain now I did that in a few. Throttle curve, normal, low 0, 245, 365, 485 H, which is your high, 100% throttle curve. Stunt, this is how I did it now. My stunt 1, which I use my regular F mode. You can't see that, but the regular F mode is my idle up 1, if you can't tell. See the arrow move from normal mode to stunt. Okay, and that's, whoops, at 100 or 80% all the way across the board. It's so that the ESC can govern the motor at that. So you want to keep it a flat line. And then is what I did is I took my throttle hold switch. Let's see if I can get a better shot of this. And moved it from the top that was there for throttle hold and put it down right here for my idle up 2. And this was the throttle cut, the button that used to be here. It used to be just a push button. I put a toggle switch in its place and moved it to where the throttle hold was, and now I use that for my throttle hold. Cuts all the motor to the power. So let me continue on this then. See, so when I flip that, when I put it on top where the throttle cut button used to be, it goes to my hold, and that's 100% all the way across. 100% from idle up 2, idle up 1 is 80%, and my normal mode is, of course, just somewhat of a linear curve. Not really, but it's how it works. Pitch curve, of course, that's all how it depends on how you have yours set up. Swash mix, negative for the aileron and elevators, negative 45%. Pitch is positive 50, and that's because Revo 1 and 2 and Revo mix are not used, of course. Model type, heli. Now that's because my reverse menu on the swash, from the swash, going back to the swash menu, throttle, elevator, and gyro, and aileron are all normal. But if you remember, on my swash mix menu, my aileron and elevator were a negative instead of a positive 45%. Throttle cut. See, that's how I use that for my throttle hold now instead of the button. It's activated. Dual rate combination, I use my rudder switch. Timer, range check, contrast, I keep it 40%. That's batteries last longer than a transmitter. And that would be my settings for the Trex 550 Pro DFC.